I'll cut you with my poisoned knife. Wait. He's just going at it, man. Everyone in this game is fucking gay. Please tell me he's a barber. You know, that actually would make a lot of sense. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to educate that the trial must continue. Alrighty then, I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places, and I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. Oh my god, this is my fucking Saturday. Continue to substantiate this case for the prosecution, if you please. Oh my god.
Here, for good luck. He just destroyed that glass!
Dang it, I missed it because it was slapping the ass! Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hollowed chalice, I cut my fucking hand open and it hurts so fucking bad. It may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks? Is it cold in here or is it just me? As your antiquated tome no doubt sees, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination, so I honor the deathly silence and listen to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Well, no matter. There's nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No. And why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, as the camera zooms dramatically up towards my face, let us proceed to the next round of battle. I draw my sword. Oh no!
Did he have a sword?
Ah, he drew his cloak off. Now he's fucking handsome. Bring forth the witnesses once more.
Fuck, he's hot.
Ah, fuck, he's hot. Witnesses, I trust you heard the emotional examination we have just had to endure. Oh, yes, sir, that I did, sir. Of course, I heard it.
This must be what Phoenix feels every time he gets in the courtroom.
An erection? Yeah. You, sir, on the end of the coachman. I believe it's Beppo. Yes, sir, my lord, sir. It should not inspire that in your previous testimony that you were attempting to veil the presence of a fifth passenger on your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury. You will be advised to bear that in mind, sir. Oh, mio Dio. Oh. Now then, witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination. Summation examination. That's clearly not an easier way to say that. Various misgivings. I only carried 4 passengers that night, I swear it, but, well, I, for one, was told to pay 5 pence for the bus. He fiddled us on the fare, he did, and then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much. I tell you, I saw Mr. McGee. Achoo! What's the name of that man? Oh, yes, he stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes. Counsel, make sense of this for me, please. The phantom fifth passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed.
So are we accusing the coachman of his robbery?
The confusion has originated from the coachman's sly little cousinage. Beppo, explain yourself. I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster. The guild fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand that you've been overcharging our passers by a penny a fare? It's so cold, and the last run of the day is always half empty. You have been dishonest, coachman. I'm sorry. You're a disgrace, Beppo, a disgrace. And your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild. If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 cents on the bus just last week. What?! 4 passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently. No, that figures. Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please. We've already had the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Absolutely. You what? You want to do the ring toss next? Okay.
Ring toss, that sounds fun.
It was not meant to be an actual suggestion. I was being rhetorical. There will be no ring toss unless it is your ass on my penis. That is the only ring I want tossed today. He fiddled us on the fire. Okay, so... a largish knife. So what if... Hold it! That's not what I meant to do. Fuck. Stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who is sitting next to him. That's what I said, isn't it? It was bothering me before, this was. For just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question. Anyway, there was only 2 of them inside the carriage, wasn't there? There has been much talk of a 5th passenger, but as yet, 0 evidence. What are we all wasting this time for, eh? It's black and white. The man is guilty. Something about Mr. Fairplay's testimony just now jars with me. It just jars my jam. Wish I could work out what it was. Okay, I'm gonna keep pressing you then. You jar my jam, sir. Does that mean everyone on board that night paid 5 pence instead of 4? Well, I paid 5 pence too, sir. And I just told you that I did. Is that fair? 5 pence across the board. It's not something to be proud of. The so-called discrepancy my learned friend identified was nothing of the sort. Much like the phantom killer you so desperately needed, it's gone. Dead and buried. I'd have been happy if it had ever existed in the first place. Hold it! This blood-curdling sight, you mean the murder, I presume? Yes, sir. A loathsome sight. No one should have to witness the horror in the eyes of a man the moment his life is taken. Oh, well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the gent was stabbed. Good gracious! Really? We have another witness who did, however. The banker has already testified to it. But Mr. First didn't actually see the point in which the victim was killed. That may turn out to be very significant. I heard the bank agent next to me take a sharp intake of breath, see? That's when I looked through the glass. That's when I saw that horrible blade poking out from his belly, all covered in blood. Every time I see a knife now, I can't help screaming, even when I'm eating.
Hold it!
Yeah, you didn't scream when what's his face brought out his knife?
So that offense, yeah, I know that. Okay.
Hold it!
Earlier, you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you? That's right. You said that the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding the knife in an ice pick grip. What an oddly specific cold thing, I suppose. I might have, you know, yes, put the cart before the horse, maybe. What's this? Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horses when I heard a scream from the seats on the roof deck. Oh, I expect that was me, sir.
Excuse me.
Oh, Mr. Pebble? Oh, me, sir. You have something to add in relation to that last statement? There's just one thing, sir. I was wondering what's going to become of my omnibus, sir, after the trial. I think I did that by mistake. It could be a sink or swim moment for me. Oh, yes, I think it will be. Well, if you could just focus on the testimony for the time being, please. Not long ago, this trial very nearly came to an end. Somehow we managed to keep our chances alive here. If you're not careful when you press these witnesses, the danger is that the jury will end up believing something unhelpful as they did before.
Fucking damn it. That's it, I'm just taking it out.
Can you just be careful when... Whatever.
Sorry.
Hold it!
Wait, I'm just gonna do it all. Okay, it was terrible, so I wanted to give myself a pat on the back for keeping the bus running. Doesn't dedicate Toshman. Yeah, whatever. You're digging a deeper hole for yourself here. If only that had been a fifth passenger on the omnibus that night. Then we would have had another suspect. Food?
Here's the beer.
Okay. Yeah, I do. Okay, so I think I need to press that last statement. I don't really see anything here.
Hold it!
Okay, I'm just gonna put autoplay on for a second. Because we've already seen this. You put the egg in? I don't see any egg. Oh, you took the egg for yourself. Give me the egg. Why are you cutting it that way? Eggy. 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 Oh, what do you have to say? That's quite a unique pose there.
Excuse me.
You have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay? Now, you listen to me here. I know what you're thinking. You didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Huh? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some new information from him for my answer him cleverly. Could he have just happened to see the exact moment? Some days are like that. Wait, what? Could he have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed?
No, it's not.
That's, I guess, but the wording of the question is weird. And the answers are even weirder. I'm a respectable city banker, you know. I know what I saw. I weren't no peeper. Alright, so I don't think it was that. Oh, I can do that alright. I'll tell you how grim it was. Well, I mean, if you're just gonna make it obvious for me.
Objection.
What's this here now? Well, I'll admit that soap may be laying it on a little thick, but... Anyway. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's more than a little peculiar. Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded in question. Alright. Well, what's wrong? There's certainly a sizable stain here, but I'm sure you can clearly see. It's only on the right-hand glove. You're lying! But no, that can't be right. So you're the liar here, then? No.
Dressed as bankers.
That's right, you were quite weird about that. You said, yeah, it was both hands. Grr.
Objection.
It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it wasn't both hands, it was only one, but the fact remains. The victim's blood was on the accused. No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated he saw blood-soaked hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness, something, all over both hands, which means deliberately trying to mislead the court. Why? I'm a city baker from PTC. My word should be the gold standard. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. Upstanding members of society don't proliferate.
He's singing. You had to have sing that.
Was it a singing?
He had to sing like this, like he was singing karaoke.
Oh. He's claiming to have no reason to lie. But I think we both know that's not true. Mr. Naruto, we have some evidence to explain why my Mr. Fairplay might be lying. It could turn the tide in this trial completely. I have Evidence. My lord. Yes, counsel? The defense is ready to present evidence. By Jove, are you sure? Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had reason to lie in his testimony. Very well. I hereby call on the defense to present its evidence. The evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness's alleged deception of the court is this. This is a list of the debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accuser's extortion. The point is, among the names of these debtors is your name. Mr. Bruce Fairplay. What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused? No, well, it's barely worthy of being called a debt. According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas, not an inconsiderable sum of money, would you say? Well, what of it? Let's suppose Mr. McGillard were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case? These documents state that the loan agreement is forged between individual parties. Therefore, were the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to a capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist. Cease to exist? That means... I don't know what that means. Is that not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw? In a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant? Yes, my lord. Let me ask you again, and beware that your answer may have most serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you, or did you not, see the precise moment in which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim? I did see it, because I'm the actual murderer. It was an elaborate attempt to get out of my debt. So instead of killing my debtor, I killed someone else to get the debtor imprisoned for murder. Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. Alright, now let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch. A pinch? But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on Mr. McGilded's hands, both of them.
Objection!
And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we can see here as evidence, is stained. So you keep saying. I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir? Go ahead, Mr. First. Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself, as it happens. Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the assailant's hands. I think... Yes, I'm almost sure it was on both of his hands, not just one. This time, I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear? Yes.